Hello friends. So, two more terms in linguistics, synchronic and diachronic linguistics. It is a Saussurean binary. Two temporal dimensions, temporal is time, two temporal dimensions. Saussurean binary, two temporal is time, dimensions. Understand? Now chrono in Greek means time. Once upon a time, watch, people used to call it chronometer, means time measuring instrument, chronometer. You have got many English words with chrono, synchronic, diachronic, then anachronic, synchronizer. You can see in concerts and so on, people use synchronizer. Then you have got asynchronous. So many words you have got with chronos. Chronos means time. Now the second one is very simple, diachrono, means through time. Dia means through, across, through. Then chronos means time. So through time is history. That's the meaning, history. So historical study of a language is diachronic linguistics. For example, if you study English from Old English to Modern English and also continue with that, then you can say that that is your diachronic study. Dia means through, I told you now. Diabetes means sweet passing through. That is the meaning of diabetes. It is a very sweet disease, no? Because it is sweet passing through. Understand? So, through time. Anything you study through time will be diachronic study. Suppose from your birth to your death, somebody is making a study, that is a diachronic study. Understand? That's it. Or let's say you start making bread and then the final product, the bread. So you start studying taking of the flour, then mixing it and mixing with yeast and things like that, then making a bread. That will be the diachronic study of a bread. You got that very simple language, that way you can explain. That is diachronic study. Or a cake, for example, or a vegetable stew. You take vegetables, wash and cut into pieces and then boil it and add spices and so on. Finally, you get on the dining table in a plate or a vessel, you get it. Then that is your study of the vegetable stew, diachronic study of the vegetable stew. Simple. No? That way you can explain. So, your mother tongue, you are studying origin up to this present day, that will be diachronic study. I think that's very simple. Historical study of language or historical linguistics. Once upon a time, we had only historical linguistics. It was Saussure who made this distinction between diachronic and synchronic. So and according to Saussure, language can be studied synchronically. Asynchronous means with time. This is through time. Chronic. That means with time. What does that mean? With time. That means suppose you are it is like a film. You have got a roll of film. So many frames, 1,000 frames. You take one frame and then just analyze that. So that will be, you can say, if you study from frame number 1 to the thousands or 2000, the last one, that will be a diachronic study of the film. But if you take only one frame, any frame for that matter, and then you study that will be a synchronic study of that film. Understand? That as simple as that. Or your life, for example. See, I just now told you about your life, saying your birth to death. Suppose you are studying only your teenage behavior, the teenage behavior of people, then that would be synchronic study of the human behavior, synchronic study of human, or your life, synchronic study. I told you about I also gave you the example of bread. If you take one slice of bread and then study, examine it, how it works, what is the taste of it, how different things have been mixed together and this product is made. Just one slice and then that would be synchronic study of the bread. Same with the cake. Take one piece of cake you take and then you study, that will be synchronic study of the cake. Or again T.S. poem, famous poem, the Wasteland. You have got frames one after another. If you go through the first part, that is the burial of the dead, you will find there are many frames. So one of the frames you take and study. For example, some surpriseness coming over the Starnberg with a shower of rain which dropped in the colonnade and went on in sunlight into the Hofgarten and drank coffee and talked for an hour. Bin gar kein Russen stammen aus stammen aus at Deutsch. Then we were children staying in the Archduke's. He took me out on a sled and I was frightened. Mary, hold on tight. Down and down we went in the mountains. There you feel free. I read much of the night and go south in winter. Now there is a frame, just one frame of Mary and the Archduke. That is her cousin. And taking that frame, you are only studying that frame. That will be synchronic study. An example, synchronic study. The whole poem will be the diachronic study of the poem. That way you can consider it. Or the example given by Saussure himself is chess game. See, from beginning to end of a chess game, if you study, that will be diachronic study of the chess game. Or after 3 moves or 4 moves, you take a snapshot and freeze it, and then you study it. And then that will be synchronic study of the chess game. I can see the values, how the values change. 4th move, again 5th move, you take another snapshot or stop it there, freeze it there and then study. You will find the value, how different will be the values of the chessmen. Understand? So they like that. Now when we come to language again, that is, see, suppose you are studying the varieties of English in India, in say the period 2018-19, that would be the synchronic study of Indian English. Synchronic study, that means the spelling, then the grammar used, the grammatical structures, the pronunciations, the then vocabulary, different vocabulary, how other languages influenced during this period. These things if you study, say 2018-19, that period of Indian English, that would be the synchronic study of Indian English. On the other hand, you see right from the very beginning, say from 16th century up to present, see how it evolved, that will be the diachronic study of Indian English. Now see the two keywords are how to describe. That's the thing. If you were describing the language at a given point of time, that's the thing. See? Then what will happen? That you call synchronic study. How the language works, how to describe or how it means language works if you are at a particular period of time. That means the time is, you are freezing that time. See, and then you take how it works. What are the characteristics of the language at that particular period that you will synchronic study. The other one is how it evolves. The question is this. Diachronic is how it means language evolves and develops. Suppose how language evolves and develops. See, develops. Then what will that will be the diachronic study. So the key words are this: how to describe and how the language works at a given point of time. The study of at a given point of time, that would be synchronic. Synchronic. See that? On the other hand, if you are studying how the language evolved and develops, how evolved and developed is diachronic. How it functions or how it works at a particular given period of time, that will be synchronic. I think enough examples have been given, it is clear to you. Now, you will find in books like this is diachronic axis. Means development, no? From like that it goes. And then you have got the synchronic axis, means here, this point. Or another point you can have here. So if you are studying language here, at this particular point of time, only, you are not concerned about the beginning or the further development, only this much. This frame you take of in the life of a language, then you study that, that will be synchronic study. A dead language you can study synchronically because it doesn't develop at all. Dead languages are subject matter for synchronic study because there is no movement, there is no life. All what you can do is, as it is given, because it is already frozen. The dead language is a frozen language. So you can study that synchronic, you can make a synchronic study of that. Understand? Now I told you about the vegetables too now. So the beginning to the end product, that will be diachronic study. Suppose in between you take some, put it in a vessel also and then study what has happened there. After boiling, what happened. Before using the spices, what happened. That is, just giving an example just to show you how this frame by frame study, that would be synchronic, but the whole thing from beginning to end will be diachronic. I think now that is clear to you. For the time being, I say bye. If you have got any doubt, you can ask me later. Till then, bye.